So I've been overthinking this for the past couple of weeks. I wanted to sit down and talk about all of this and like film myself talking about all of this, but I realized I'm never gonna remember to say everything I wanted to say in the video. I'm not gonna say it correctly. I'm gonna leave stuff out by accident. So I should just like sit down and film it and not worry too much about how I looked, what I was saying. I haven't filmed a video in a long time, so I don't even know what to say. So my mom died. She died May the 15th of this year. It was really fast and hard and a lot, obviously. A lot of you guys know I was really close with my mom. My mom was definitely my best friend, the one person that I knew I could always run to. She was that person that I could like text at like midnight or something and I knew I'd get a response. If I needed somebody to vent to, she's the one I'd call. If I needed some advice, she's the one I'd call. If I wanted to do something and not feel alone, she's the one I would call. She was like my person. We'd spend our weekends binge watching shows on Netflix. Whenever I was in high school, on the weekends we'd rent a bunch of movies. We'd go to like the movie gallery and we'd pick like a bunch of movies and just spend the weekend watching movies. She was just like, she was the best person. So my mom got diagnosed with cancer back in December. She had cancer, she had liver cancer. She was like a lab tech for many years. Like if you went to the doctor or the hospital and somebody drew your blood, that's what my mom did. And long time ago, probably before I was even born, she got hepatitis C from a needle stick. And hepatitis C, it turned into liver cancer, which she got diagnosed with in December. And so at the beginning of this year, we met with like some cancer specialists to discuss her getting a liver transplant. Just a big blur of events. We found out, you know, while she was waiting for the transplant, to be approved for the transplant, they wanted to do radiation and they wanted to do some kind of implant radiation or something. So we went to go have that done in March. She got told that her levels were too high. If you know anything medical, bilirubin levels, it's like your liver levels. They were too high for her to get the radiation. We went back up there at the end of April to the cancer center, beginning of May, end of April, to do some more tests. And she told me then that they told her her bilirubin was too high to be put on the transplant list. So then we're back to square one with nothing that she could really do. And while we were up, we had to, the place we were going to for all of this is like out of town. It's like 2.5 hours away. So we're staying in hotels just in the middle of the pandemic and trying to not get COVID. And she was vulnerable because she had cancer, so it was just like a stressful time altogether. But when we were up there for her appointment at the beginning of May, she got really sick, and I didn't know what to do. She like had confusion. She wasn't all the way there. She was kind of like just falling asleep, sitting up. Couldn't really take care of herself, couldn't do anything. It just kind of really declined really quickly. We checked out of the hotel. I like walked her to the car, got her in the car, started driving home, and someone from the cancer center called and I kind of explained to them like her symptoms and what was going on, because they were just calling to check in to see how she was. And they told me, you know, you need to turn around, come back, and come to the ER right now. So while we were up there at this appointment, what she was having done was like different tests and stuff. So then I'm on my way back to the hospital, and then someone from like radiology who had done a scan of her the day before called, and they were like, listen, you guys need to come up here because it looks like she has a collapsed lung. So I'm like, you know, I'm on the way, and this guy's telling me, he's like, you know, if you want to pull over and have an ambulance come and pick you up, we can. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, this could be life-threatening, like you need to get here now. So I'm like, got my flashers on, I'm speeding, I'm going around everybody. I don't know how I made the hour drive back to like 30 minutes, but I somehow did it. My mom, bless her, she was in the front seat. She's just like vomiting, and I'm like trying to like, she couldn't even like hold a bag to like support her. It was a lot. So finally made it to the hospital. I'm of course crying, freaking out. And on top of that, all the COVID stuff and the policies with that, you know, I couldn't go back with her at first. They finally let me back because she was pretty much unconscious. So she ended up getting a chest tube put in because her lung collapsed. And then her different levels were just going up. She was completely out of it. Then the next day, she was herself again. She was aware of what was going on. She knew where we were. She was just coherent. And then we ended up being in the hospital for almost 2 weeks, maybe like 10 days, 10 or 11 days. And there were bad days, good days. Some days she wouldn't be able to eat at all. Some days she was just vomiting. Some days she was just herself. It was just kind of an up and down. But so it kind of got to the point to where they were just kind of telling me that there wasn't really much they could do. Her lung just wasn't expanding. All of her her kidneys started to fail. They came in one day and told me that the cancer had moved to her lungs. They told me that there wasn't really any treatment she could have for the cancer because they wanted to get her better to leave the hospital and then try to figure out a plan for the cancer. But they came in and they told me, you know, it's spreading really fast. There's nothing that can really be done about the cancer. Like, there's not really a treatment option. And she just kept declining. I mean, she was lying there and couldn't even open her eyes or have a conversation. She couldn't like say her name or anything like that. So then I had to make the decision to put her into hospice. I could tell that she didn't have long left. So I chose a place. Instead of coming home, I chose a place near the hospital. It was like 30 minutes away from the hospital, because I was just concerned about her making the ride from the hospital to the hospice facility. And we were in the hospice place for, I think, 3 days before she passed. It just really sucks because, like, nothing's ever going to replace her or replace that relationship. And it was like such a big part. She was such a big part of my life. She was my life. Like, it's been like a month and it's still kind of like, how am I supposed to do this without her? It feels really lonely not having your mom. I found some like different things on her phone. She had like written some poems, like 2 different poems, and she'd written these poems kind of like for me. So I don't know, I thought that was nice to have that. I'm an only child. It's me. Thankfully I've got a really good father and stepmother who have helped me through this. I've got great friends. It really just sucks right now because of the pandemic. I don't know. I'm just like not having a good week. I just don't feel like doing anything or getting out of bed, and it feels exhausting leaving the house. Because I feel like I'm trying to like pretend that I'm okay when I'm not. Obviously, why would I be okay? Because I just have like a problem with like being vulnerable and like telling people when I'm not okay. I've been trying to like work on that, but it's kind of like I for some reason put this like guard up where I'm like, I don't want anybody to feel bad for me or feel like sad because I'm sad or be worried about me. But like people care about me, so obviously they're gonna be worried. I don't know why I try to like, I just feel like my mom was the only person that I could like be real with about my emotions and like actually like be sad. I feel like she was the only person I was comfortable doing that with. I don't know why. I don't want to be like an inconvenience to anybody because everybody else has stuff that they're going through in their lives too. But I don't know. I'm trying to like get through it. It's just kind of hard because like my mom would be the person that would know how to take care of me and would be there for me. I mean, I have so many people that I don't want it to sound like I don't have anybody because I know I do. I don't know, I'm just so scared I'm gonna be like a burden to people and like my pain and grief is gonna like be a burden. But I don't know, I just wanted to like come on here and talk about it and like tell you guys what was going on because I've just been sad for a while. Like everything just happened so fast. Like she got diagnosed and she didn't even get like a chance to fight the cancer, which she really wanted to. She didn't get a chance to like have a battle with it, and she really wanted to like fight it. I don't know, just if you're watching this and your mom is still here, just like tell her you love her and give her a hug and like thank her for everything she did for you. Oh, I didn't want to cry. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna, whatever. Alright, thank you for watching, and thanks to everybody that's been super supportive through all of this and sent me love and stuff, and thank you.